That's a big fish. I was gonna say that was a fish. There's another one. Today I'm fishing one of the most popular fisheries in all of the Midwest right now, the beautiful Mississippi River, with hundreds of boats all fishing the exact same spot with the exact same bait every single day, finesse fishing walleye. I want to be that one boat that goes out there and does something different. So today I'm going to tie on some big glide baits and see if I can't catch a river monster. I'm going to get all ready and I will see you guys on the water. We're gonna start out this morning with a shad colored glide. A lot of the big fish on the Mississippi River right now are eating all the dead shad that are floating around. So the best thing I can do is imitate whatever these fish are eating. And I don't think I'm gonna have any issues getting a big fish to eat this. So let's get it tied on and see how it looks in the water. That looks absolutely gorgeous. There is no way a big fish is gonna resist this. It is currently 28 degrees with a water temperature of 38. So it is definitely not the most ideal day to be fishing big baits. But if we fish the right spot, I am sure we'll be able to get on something big. Whether it's a bass, pike, or a walleye, something is gonna eat this thing. It just looks beautiful. We're gonna keep on making our way up the shoreline here and see if we can get something to bite. That's a big fish. That's a giant. Look at this. What a giant pike on the glide bait. That is just incredible. Beautiful, beautiful fish. Wow, that is truly a blessing. I'm gonna get a quick measurement and send him right back in the water. Don't worry, you're gonna go off safe and sound. Awesome. Now to find my net. That's not good. All right, buddy, let's open up them mouth ears. That is absolutely incredible. What a giant fish that is. First open water big pike of the 2024 season. Throwing around some glides. Finally got one to bite, and it was a giant. I'm gonna get the glide bait tied right back on. We're gonna keep on casting and see what we catch next. I really wonder where my net is. It's probably somewhere around here. There's another one. Is that a bass? Well, all right. That is a giant bass too. Look at that. I was trying to get a good hook set into him thinking it was a big pike, but maybe 3.5 pound largemouth on the glide. Can't complain with that. That is just a chunky fish. Nice to get some different species going today as well. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if a giant walleye would smack the glide as well. Beautiful fish. We're gonna get her right back in the water. All right, that is awesome. There is definitely a lot of aggressive fish back here. Pike, bass. I think there's some dogfish, and I'm sure there's probably also some walleye back there. We're fishing this with 60-pound braid on a St. Croix Legend Tournament pike rod and a PC Fun bait casting reel. I'll have everything linked in the description below, and if you guys do want to pick up one of these reels, please use code SPELTS15 and you will get 15% off your order. Let's get back out there and keep catching. I was gonna say that was a fish. There's another one. How am I gonna do this without a net now? That's a really great question. I think that was 5 or 6 casts after. That's not really what you want to do, but it'll get the job done. These fish are just fat. I mean, holy cow, that fish is fat. Another chunk of a pike. These fish are just extremely fat. Definitely some healthy fish. And we're gonna send this one right back on her way. See you later. Wow, that is awesome. I think, yeah, maybe 6 or 7 casts after that last one. Threw it in there, all of a sudden, didn't feel the bait for a second. And sure enough, it was another beautiful fish. There's a few other spots that I want to fish today that I think would have some big pike. But if we can keep on catching some fish in here, I have no reason to leave. Hopefully, we can get something really, really big. If all these fish are fat, I could not imagine a 40-inch pike back here. It has got to be just a giant. I think they're all just way up in the shallow stuff up here. I do have a good feeling there could be an absolute giant back here. If the first 2 fish are that nice sized, I wouldn't be too surprised if there's a 40 hiding somewhere back here. Super shallow, we've got a river coming into our right. A lot of fish are gonna be pushed up by that river and a whole lot of bait fish. This is a great spot for there to be some big pike. I'm not too surprised they're here. I just think if we fish this long enough, we have got a great chance at a giant fish. Might even have to upsize our glide bait. I've got some bigger ones that I think would work just perfectly. All right, it's been maybe 30 minutes since I tied this different glide on. Haven't had much luck. I almost think maybe I caught all the fish in this little area for now. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go try a different spot not too far from here, spend an hour or 2 there, see if we can locate some fish. And if we have to, we can always come back here. It doesn't hurt to give this spot a little time and run right back to it. make a few casts at this point right here. I have marked some bigger fish, look like pike, could be flathead catfish. But I've marked some big fish here, so we'll give it a try, make a few casts, and see if we can make something happen. People keep giving me weird looks up here. There's so many boats up by the dam. They're all flipping small little plastics for walleye. I was doing some casts down there, throwing my big glide bait, and people definitely look at you funny when you're throwing a big bait like that.
What the hell are you fishing for?
We're gonna come up here. I'm gonna try this area here. There's usually a good amount of fish, and hopefully we won't piss anybody off throwing a big bait next to them. We'll just have to see. I'm pretty sure everybody up here by the dam thinks I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't blame them. I would think the same thing if I saw me out here fishing with big baits. All these 60, 70 boats up here are all fishing really little plastics, and I come up next to them and I'm throwing out these big glide baits. They definitely think I have no idea what I'm doing up here. It's kind of funny. A lot of weird looks, that's for sure, especially with so many boats all doing the same thing. Sometimes you just gotta be that one different person in the crowd. I'm gonna make my way back downriver and fish a few more spots that I wanna hit. We're gonna end up back at where we started at this morning and finish off the day there. But we'll stop at a few spots that look extra fishy, and hopefully we'll have a chance at something big. I might stick it out till sunset. It's not gonna be too long till the sun sets, and just see if maybe working some baits up shallow could produce a giant walleye. I got a good feeling about the rest of the day. We're gonna head on down and see what happens. And we are back to the spot we started off with this morning. I fished 2 to 3 different spots on the way down from the dam to here. Mostly they were walleye spots. I was hoping I could get a giant pre-spawn walleye to attack the glide bait. Sadly, we never got anything to bite, but that's all right. We spent a good few hours up there, and now it is coming up on sunset. We've got about 30 minutes to an hour before it gets dark, so hopefully we can catch ourselves one more fish before the sun sets. I like to keep my bait usually right on bottom, especially when it's so shallow here. Keeping it a foot off bottom is about as good as you can get. You don't want it too high. Some of these fish, especially with the cold weather we're having right now and this cold water temperature, that was a big fish. That was right by my bait too. Could have been swirling on it. Like I said, I like to keep it as close to bottom as I can. That's where the majority of these fish are. And some of them are not gonna be willing to move a crazy amount. So getting it as close to their face as you possibly can is probably the best thing you can do. And the way I'm retrieving it is just twitch, twitch, pause, twitch, 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 pause. I like to switch it up. Even something as different as just one extra pause can get a fish to bite. There's a lot of different ways to fish glide baits. I wouldn't really say there's any way that's a bad way to fish it. I mean, unless you're doing something like this, you might not catch a fish that way. Any other way, even just a straight retrieve, you'll get a fish to bite. Getting it back and forth, working it like a swim bait, a fish will absolutely love that. Everyone's got their own preference. I just like a twitch, twitch, pause. A lot of the times the fish I'm chasing are gonna eat it on the pause. Twitch, twitch, pause, boom, that's when they eat it. It's always good just to experiment. Some days you work it fast and they like it. Some days you work it slow and they like it. Seems like today they are a little bit more aggressive than I was expecting, and they're willing to eat it even when I'm working it fairly fast, which is awesome. All right, we are gonna call it a day. The sun's about to set here, and I would like to get off the water before it actually gets dark. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Today was just amazing. It was by far, hands down, the best day of pike fishing I've ever had in my life, without a doubt. And it is not because of the big pike I caught for this video. I finished off by fishing the spot that I started at this morning, and I was thinking whatever fish I caught, I was just gonna put it in the end of today's video, but the fish I just caught was so big that it needs its own video. I'm gonna leave it at that. The fish I just caught was by far, for one, biggest pike I've ever caught in my life, and I've caught some pretty big pike, but I don't know if I'll ever catch a pike that big again. Maybe not in Minnesota, but I'm already thinking about where I'm gonna get the replica from. I mean, it was, it was huge. Just a dream come true. So, I was gonna put it at the end of today's video, but you know what? I'll leave you guys a little teaser and I will make it in its own video because it's big enough to where it definitely deserves its own video. We already caught some nice ones today, and I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you enjoy content like this, please feel free to like the video and subscribe for more Mississippi River content coming very soon. Thanks so much. Till I see you guys in the next one. Peace out. How am I gonna land this thing with no net? This might be the biggest pike I've ever caught in my life.